Hello.
Yes,
Screen is visible, but presentation is not there.
Voice is, sir. Am I
Voice
audible?
is clear. Voice is clear.
sir, please continue with your presentation. Voice is clear.
Yesterday I have seen, even today also, I have seen a lot of questions from the participants that how to activate guest access and how to activate the self-enrollment in Moodle course. So before starting my session of Canvas, I would like to explain all these things. It will hardly take 5 minutes, so that all the queries can be resolved of the participants. So this is our Moodle course which you are accessing, recabnfdp.gnomio.com. Okay. So similarly, when you will create, I think all of you have created your website on Gnomio, and you have created a course on that, hoping this thing has been done by you. So I will log out and start from the beginning. How to check that your course has a guest access or self-enrollment access enabled? So this is the first page or homepage of recabnfdp.gnomio.com. Here is the course, maximal utilization of ICT tools for online teaching learning process. If you'll see, two things are appearing over this course. One is a lock which is open. This shows that guest access is available. If it is closed, then guest access is not available or not allowed. And another option is there. This indicates that self-enrollment is available in my course. So how to activate this? So first we'll log in the course. So this is admin. From admin user, I have logged into the course. I will go to my course, that is maximal utilization of ICT tools for online teaching learning process. Then in right side, this type of gearbox will appear. From here, I will click on more. So you will find a course administration page is available. Here you see different tabs are available on course administration, edit setting, turn editing on, course completion, like that, and badges, manage badges, add a new badge, like that. We'll go to users, enrolled user, groups, other user, enrollment methods, manual enrollment, guest access, and self-enrollment. So I'll click on enrollment methods. You will find that in enrollment methods, eyes are open. If I will close this, that means manual enrollment is off. It will nobody will. I will not able to manually enroll any person. So if you click on it, the eye will be open. That means you can enroll any person into the course. Similarly, for guest access also, you can disable by clicking on this eye, or self-enrollment you can disable or enable by clicking on this eye button. After that, now after opening the eyes of all these three options, you have to go to site administration. Then go to plugins. From plugins, go to manage authentication. Okay. After this, clicking on manage authentication, you see here email based self registration is on, and 309 participants has already enrolled by this method into the course. When you will come down, self registration, you click on, if you click here, two things are available, disable and email based. Click on email based, go down and save changes. So the different types of you can activate different types of enrollment method in your course, so that students or other persons can enroll into these sites. Regarding self enrollment, as in the instructions it has been given that you have to give a guest access, or you have to create an account of guest with a password, so that, and you have to provide that password and guest to the in your assignment section, so that we can enter into your course and check whether the activities which is provided to you, it has been done properly or not. If you click on settings of manual accounts, it will open like this email. So from click on participants, you will see here the list of participants which are available. Now here active button is also shown here. So with this button, if you it means that these are the persons who are active into the course, and here the time is showing that from 13 hours 58 minutes Abdul has been active in this course. Abhinav Anand Sinha, he has active for 16 hours and 2 minutes. Like that, you can find out the whatever the time each person or each participant is devoting for the course. Okay. Now I will move to my today's topic, that is Canvas. It is another type of LMS. From last 2 days, we are hearing different types of LMS. What is LMS and different types of LMS? So we have learned Moodle as an LMS. We have learned Edmodo as an LMS. This is third one. We are, which I am going to explain you how we can use it. Canvas as an LMS. And day after today, you will be having a Google Classroom as an LMS. So Canvas as an LMS. This is the logo of Canvas, which is seen here. It is also a type of learning management system. Since Canvas is a web-based software, so it doesn't need installation on your computer. It also helps in simplify the teaching and learnings by connecting all the digital tools that teachers can use in one place. It allows students and teachers to manage their courses electronically. In this case also, like Edmodo, parents can monitor the activity of their children. So these are the two softwares, free softwares or open source softwares, which can be in which parents activation is activated, or parents can monitor their activity of their children. Features for Canvas: free for teachers, for totally free for lifetime. Teachers can create courses and run them with various functionalities. There is a provision for students to access the course also. It is also available for parents or observers to monitor their child's progress. What teachers can do with Canvas: teachers can create course material, view course data, and access and manage all areas of Canvas course. Teachers can create and modify course content also. They can moderate and submit grades. They can manually invite others to the course, or with manually invite in the sense they can invite the students through email, communicate with course participants, access course analytics and student data, monitor and moderate the participation and interaction of all enrolled users in the course. What students can, what is the student's role, or what students can do in Canvas: view course announcements, submit assignment, view the course calendar, view and post to open discussions, view and participate in chat, create conferences and student collaborations, upload and manage files, create e-portfolios, create and manage group pages, view their course grades. Likewise, there are several things that students can do in their course. This is an important point, that what students cannot do in Canvas, or what are the things that is not available to students. They cannot add or remove others in a course. They cannot publish, conclude and delete course. They cannot view other participants' grades. They cannot add, edit and delete course content. They cannot create and edit rubrics. They cannot add, edit and delete learning outcomes associated with course content. They cannot delete and lock discussions and edit others' discussion posts also. They cannot view and link to question banks, like that. So they cannot view the grade audit trial of the course. Canvas is also available for parents, or we can say that observers or moderators. So Canvas is available for observer, parents or moderators also. So in Canvas, observers roles can be used to enroll parents, mentors and guests who would like to participate in a Canvas course but do not need to earn course credit. Students will get the course credit, but parents will not get any course credit. Observers can, or moderators or mentors can view and read announcement, view assignments index page, view the calendars, send conversation messages to instructors and students they are observing, view the dashboard, view and read discussions, view files unless they are logged, view grades, view assignments, due dates and comments, and print grades also. They can view syllabus, outcomes, quizzes and index page. What observers cannot do within Canvas, they cannot comment on announcement or discussions. They cannot submit assignments or quizzes. They cannot view course rosters. They cannot view logged files or folders. They cannot join groups also. How to access Canvas? This is the link, canvas.instructure.com. So if you type this URL into your browser, homepage will open of Canvas like this. Sign up now, it's free. I am a teacher, I am a student, parents, sign up here. So I will go for a teacher account, try Canvas for free Canvas account. You have to fill your details along with your email ID and what you want to do on Canvas. So I have mentioned here, I want to teach my course on Canvas. For creating an account, you have to fill all the details given below. Then if you click on next, this page will appear where you have to enter your password and click on submit button. Now this, after submitting, this type of a screen will appear. Thanks for signing up for your free Canvas teacher account. Now you have to click on go to account. Before that, you have to verify your account from the email which is received on the given email ID. Now when you enter the course, a dashboard like this will open. So this is a logo which appears of a person. From here you can change your account settings, you can change your photo also, you can manage your profile from this section. Next, below that is a ghadi like structure is there, watch like structure is there. So that structure is called as dashboard. So on dashboard you will find what are the courses you have created and what are published courses as well as unpublished courses that are saved in the form of drafts. Next is a book is there, that is course. If you click on books, it will open the course what are available, and course details will also open from this section. Then a calendar is there to manage the announcements. What are announcements? Announcements, it allows the instructors to communicate with students about course activities. That means what are the, it is a medium that is called as announcement, which is a medium of communication between the student and the teacher. announcement will look like this. When would I use announcements? In what conditions we can use announcement? We can use announcements to remind your students what they need to accomplish to stay on track, point students to internal and external resources that will help them achieve course outcomes, leave a message for entire class. With you can leave a message in the video format as well as in audio format, or celebrate student success also. Automatically you can share blog posts written by your students on WordPress, Blogger, etc. There are two new things. One is inbox and another one is announcement. These are the two features of Canvas also. In inbox, you will find out it is a way to send and receive messages inside Canvas. It can be linked to other email services also, but announcements are from instructors to students in their course only. In your community, only an instructor can make an announcement. So this is the difference between Canvas inbox and Canvas announcements. What are assignments? Assignments includes quizzes, graded discussions, and online submissions. It may be in the form of file, images, text, URL, etc. Assignments in Canvas can be used to challenge students' understanding and help assess competency by using a variety of media. It can be assigned to everyone in the course or differentiated by section or users according to the mastery level of users. Instructor's view. This is the in instructor or in teacher's account. Assignment will view like this. Any assignment created or published in the assignments page will automatically show up in the grades, calendars, and syllabus. So whatever assignment you are creating, it is automatically interlinked in with the grade book. It is automatically linked with the calendars, and it is also automatically linked with the syllabus also. So from which portion you are taking the assignment and giving it to the students. And the reverse is also true. If you put anything in grades, that will appear in your assignment section, or in calendar, it will appear in your assignment section. Likewise, both the things are possible. Assignments can also be organized in modules also. Module 1, module 2, or different types of modules. When would I use assignments? Assignments can be used to, for what purposes we are giving assignments? In general, we are giving assignments to assess the students that they have achieved the course outcome or not. It can be used to set up online submissions that can be quickly graded in the Speed Grader. Speed Grader is a feature of Canvas where automatically it can be your submitted assignments or online submissions can be graded. Grade online as well as student work submitted on paper also. If a student submits his works by writing on paper and submitting it to the in the assignment section, that can also be graded, or that can also be used. Graded discussions either by whole class or students groups, open quizzes for a limited amount of time. Within assignments, with the help of assignments, we can record attendance of the students also, that he was present or not in that assignments, what time he has devoted in that assignment, that all everything can be recorded in Canvas. This is the student's view of assignment. In this way, it will appear in the student's dashboard. Collaborations. When would I use collaborations, or why we use collaborations? So you can use collaborations to copy and paste notes that everyone can access. So what type of collaboration? You can use collaborations to copy and paste notes that everyone can access. You can share bulleted point list or agendas for upcoming synchronous class or group time for meetings. Create a text-based whiteboard that each and every person can access or can refer to on a later time. Again, students groups collaborative assignments as a graded assignment. Assign students group a collaborative assignment as a graded assignment. This is the instructor's feature. View Google Docs collaborations. So Google Docs is automatically has been collaborated with Canvas. So for writing or copy paste portions, you can use Google Docs, that is Word, slides, sheets also can be used in Canvas. All Canvas course supports Google Docs as a default collaboration tool. Google Docs, it allows up to 50 users per collaborations, and all users can view and edit documents at a same time in Canvas itself. Google Drive collaborations, you can add collaborations with Google Drive also. It supports all the Canvas supports all the Google apps in uh, uh, you can access all the Google apps in Canvas. Then Microsoft collaboration is also available. Grades and the gradebook. Grades is a medium of accessing the students' mastery level. So it can be served as a communication tool between students and instructors also. They can check the progress of students. Stores all the information about students' progress. This is a sample gradebook which is available in Canvas. It can be grade books can be it is available in different forms also. You can give on CGPA point scale, that is on 10-point scale. It is available in percentage format also, and it is available in grades also, ABCD, like this. This is another type of grade book. Here you find different colors are showing, are viewing in this grade book. So this colors indicates the mastery level of the students. That is, green color indicates exceeds mastery level, light green meets mastery, orange near mastery, and red level well below mastery. So with this colors, you can indicate what is the understanding level of students. So by viewing this, you can plan the activities according to the mastery level of students, that what type of activities we are going to provide to the students, so that the mastery level of students can be increased, or understanding level of students can be increased. So accordingly, we will plan our activities. Uh, Quizzes, it is also one of the important feature of Canvas. In this case, there are 4 types of quizzes available: graded quiz, practice quiz, graded survey, and ungraded survey. What are rubrics? In assignment section, yesterday's assignment section, it was uploaded on Moodle in our course. We have also provided some rubrics to assess on what points your submission will be assessed. So how much marks you will get in what conditions. So rubrics is the criteria which on which the students' submission of assignments can be accessed. So it can be it is a way to set up custom or outcome based assessment criteria for scoring. Is an assessment tool for communicating expectations of quality. It is typically comprised of rows and columns. Rows are used to define the various criteria being used to assess the assignment, and columns are used to define the levels of performance for each criteria. That means what marks you are going to give on each criteria that is available in that particular section or rubrics. Rubrics can be set up as a non-scoring rubrics also, which allows for assessment based and outcome based grading without points. This is a sample of rubrics. Here you see that ideas and content include the essay main idea and supporting details. And here you will find the ratings or points that can be given to the participants. Full marks, this is 5 to 3 points if proficient, and essay includes a main idea with general or limited supporting details. No marks will be given to the students if nothing is available in that case. What is the roll call attendance tool? Nowadays, while taking online classes in these times, in the time of COVID, attendance is a important. Most of the teachers are facing problems in taking attendance. So roll call attendance tool is available in Canvas, which can be used for taking the attendance of students. View attendance. This is the view of the attendance section. It will display like this in your teacher's dashboard. View attendance assignment. If you are giving assignment to the students, it automatically changed into attendance, and attendance is also counted as an assignment in Canvas. Can be graded. If a student secures full attendance, then he gets 100 points or full marks. If he is not doing the class, then accordingly, according to his attendance, their points or marks is reduced. And if you delete this attendance, then the grades there will you will find that there is an attendance calculation errors. So while using this tool in Canvas, it is a highly recommended that never delete, rename, or unpublish the attendance assignment, because it will create a problem in final grading of the students. Roll call. Here you will find the status of each student, whether he is available or not, or with different signs or percentage. You can export your attendance data to on your desktop also. You can download it by clicking on this run report. Yeah, create and manage batches. Like in Moodle, you can also create batches. In this case also, it batches, it motivates the students to perform the work very efficiently, because by getting the batches, it gives an motivational, it is a motivational tool also. uh, this is all about Canvas. I will show you a live uh, session of Canvas, how it looks like. Yeah. I will click on this URL. A new page will be opened. So here I have uh, created a course in Canvas. So first you will log in. I have created a teacher account, free for teacher. When I will log in into the course, it will look like this. This is the dashboard. This is profile section. From here I can edit my profiles. I can create e-portfolios also for my profile. I can generate QR code for my mobile login. Then when you will click on dashboard, your courses will appear in this form. This is the published course of mine. These are the unpublished course of mine. When I will click on courses, these are the different courses which are available. I'll click on modern pharmaceutics. Now there are a lot of buttons available on this left side of the course, that is home, announcement, assignments, discussion, grades, people, pages, files, syllabus, outcomes, rubrics, quizzes, module, conferences, collaboration, attendance, new analytics, and settings. So click on home. So and click on home. Home screen will appear. You can upload your syllabus also. You can upload your lecture plan also, that on which date, which topic you are going to cover. Then you can create assignments by clicking on assignment section. Here the roll call attendance is available. With this plus sign, you can create assignment and assign it to the students. In discussion forum, you can create a discussion between the students. Gradings, if you click on grades, so this is the grades available. Yeah, you see that one student has secured roll call attendance out of 100, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. All the students have secured 100% attendance. That means they have regularly attended the course. Now people, if you click on people, you will find the list of students or list of persons who are accessing your course. Pages, you can create your page or you can add a new page. Presently it is no content is there, so that's why the eye is closed with a uh, line. You can also set the outcomes of the course. You can create rubrics also. You'll click on rubrics. No rubrics has been added till now, so if I will add the rubrics, it will appear here. You can create quizzes, conferences. Yesterday some of the persons have asked that we can conduct live classes with these LMSs or not. So in this case, in Canvas, you can conduct live classes. You click on conferences. So if you click on conference, this type of page will appear, that is new conference. Here the name of the course is available. Type big blue button, because here video conferencing is supported by big blue button. From here you can select the time, up to what time duration you want to conduct your conference. Enable recording for this conference. If you want to conduct for a 4 hour, 5 or 6 hour, no time limit, then you can click on no time limit for getting conferences. Then you can invite all course members to your course, and then you can update. So here you will see that modern pharmaceutical conference is available. Now you have to click on start. You see a new window has been opened. How would you like to join the audio? I will click on listen only. Use your microphone, allow. It is connecting. Yeah, now it has connected. Now I will click on webcam. So I have to allow webcam.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
So since I am already on Zoom, so webcam is not available. So in this way, I can, if you click on this share screen, your screen will be shared with your video and audio both. So you can conduct live classes with the students who are enrolled in your course. Back onto the course. You can monitor the attendance of the students also from this section. Earlier, these are the students which are present in my course. Earlier, for assigning the students or for inviting students, email facility was available in the Canvas. But now they have started a code system. You can provide the provide the codes to the students to join their course, and the students can provide code to parents to join their course. For this, you have to visit on the settings, click on settings. Like this, a page will appear. If you come down like this, here I've already enabled the code system, so this code will appear. You have to provide this code to your students, then your students can join your course very easily. So this is all about Canvas from my side. Over to Vivekanand sir for any questions.
One question is from Arun Kumar Pandey ji. What is difference between Canvas and Edmodo?
Both are the learning different types of LMS. Edmodo, uh, in Edmodo, after joining into your classroom or after logging into your account, you will find different types of courses are also available. Along with, you can, in the same dashboard, you can create your own course also. But in Canvas, for joining a course, there is a separate platform. For creating your course, there is a separate platform. So no ads is available on the Canvas platform. Dashboard is very neat and clean. You can create your course according to your choice.
Some questions are from Genomio that you can that you can tackle later on. One question is from Salman Akhtar Saab. What is the difference between classroom teaching to Edmodo versus Canvas, and which one is better right now?
Yeah, classroom teaching, actually, uh, during in this type of situations, actually, in case of online teaching, the role of a teacher has been changed to facilitator. So classroom teaching is cannot be eradicated. It is there, but online teaching can help to increase the understanding of students in classroom teaching also. Here you have to provide the material to students. He can learn or she can learn at their home. They can access or they can discuss all the materials with their colleagues or with their fellow peers. And after that, when they comes into the class, you devote the time in taking in explaining the key concept only to the students, not explaining all the things. So this will spare your time to invest, so you can focus more on each and every student. Nowadays, what is happening in the class, we are going to the class, taking the lectures, one or two questions are raised from the students, and accordingly we answer, and rest students are sitting with keeping mum. Here also, in groups also, on first day I have received a phone call from lot many participants regarding some quizzes, that there was a problem in quizzes. But some participants has kept quiet. They have not raised any issue regarding this. This is what the thing is happening in the class. Only few students are actively taking part into the class, uh, in asking questions and giving answers also. So our main idea, our main motto was that to increase the participation of students, each and every students in the class, so that their concept or their can understanding level can be increased. So this online tools can help in that a lot.
Sir, I think there are a lot many queries about a comparison between Moodle, Genomio, and Canvas.
Yeah.
We could briefly compare them, their features and the properties, what we can do on each of them and what we cannot do.
It is left up to the participants. I will, for this, I have a poll regarding this, that I will go for a poll, then we'll come to the answer. Now, the first question is, poll is visible? In
Yes.
your opinion, which LMS is good for taking online classes? So within a second, we will conclude our poll. Now, I have get a result is showing, sir, viewing, sir, available, sir?
Yeah. It is
Result is not available yet.
on the screen.
You will have to end the poll and share the result.
Okay. I have ended the poll. Now, I will find that the participants has already given the answer of that question, that Moodle has got 37%, Edmodo 17%, Canvas 21%, and Google Classroom 24%. So I will conduct this poll again tomorrow. Go to after the end of this session, you have been access on all the four LMS, four different types of LMS, and then we will conduct a poll again on next day, so that we will get a clearer picture of which LMS is good. Now, second poll is: do you want to attend a workshop on full features of any LMS? Yes or no?
Please post the poll.
Uh, I will end the poll. Now it's 30 seconds. Almost maximum persons has given their views. 96% have said that yes, we would like to attend the workshop on full features of any LMS. Beside, basing on this question, and another poll is also created. If yes, which LMS you will prefer? These four or any other LMS of your choice. I've launched the poll. So out of 213, 159 people says answered, and okay. So 59% has said that Moodle, they want to attend the full features of Moodle. 9% for Edmodo, 13% for Canvas, 13% for Google Classroom, and 6% for any other LMS of their choice. So we will discuss with the organizers, and accordingly we will plan and inform you all which platform this type of workshop can be conducted or not. I have seen a question that regarding platforms. So actually here we are discussing only those platforms which are freely available to you, which can be, or we can say that these are open source or free to teachers. They can use it accordingly. Besides this, there are many platforms are available, and I think feature wise, these are some good platforms. Any other questions, sir?
In Canvas, can parents see students' marks evaluation or not? Is question from Vikas Singh.
Parents can view their students' gradebook also, how he is performing.
If Vivekanand ji?
From RK Singh, I am saying one question is there: kindly do workshop on one platform, not on all. It's just to give you an idea about different types of platform which are available and which can be used by you. So depends upon your choice on which platform you are go through. And it's a nice suggestion. We'll focus on our next workshops also.
I think that is the reason why we conducted this poll also, so that we understand by seeing the features, which is the platform which most of you feel related to, which you like to learn. then we can take that platform into further details rather than going for everything all at once.
So one more question was there. I think it can be used for engineering subjects or not. You can create course on any subject in Canvas. I think
some general questions are there that suggest which one is better, or comparative analysis.
I think the poll has already given the answer to the persons which one is better or which one they liked the most.
One separate question is there from Sakuntala ji. Equations can be typed in this canvas or not?
For equations, you have to insert it.
As a picture, or
you can use the doc collaborates. Google Docs collaboration is there, or Microsoft collaboration, soft collaboration is there. So you can use that Word file to insert the equations.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Satya Prakash Singh, sir, for giving the wonderful lecture on Canvas as LMS. Now, there are a lot of things in the Canvas by which we can do. Students can interact, parents can interact, and teachers can do in the LMS. Canvas as a LMS. Thank you so much, sir. Now we are ending session 3 of day 3, and very soon we are going to release attendance of session 2 and session 3 together. So there will be separate attendance of session 2 and session 3. So please see the link in the chat as well as Telegram group. Attendance for session 2 and session 3 of today.
Please say right now.